Let's be honest, navigating a breakup is tough enough. It's messy, it's emotional, and it takes time to find your footing again. Now, imagine doing all of that while the entire world is watching, speculating, and, in Ruth Langsford's case, literally inventing new chapters of your life for you. If you've been scrolling through social media lately, you might have gasped at a heartwarming headline about our favorite loose woman, Ruth Langsford. The story had it all: heartbreak, closure, and a cinematic reunion with a childhood sweetheart from Belfast. It sounded like the perfect romantic comeback after her difficult split from Eamonn Holmes in 2024. But as it turns out, if something sounds too good to be true on the internet, it probably is. Ruth, with her trademark grace and a healthy dose of straight-talking, has officially shut down these viral claims. And honestly, the way she handled it just makes us love her more. Let's dive into what actually happened, the scary reality of these online rumors, and how Ruth is really doing since stepping out on her own. The viral rumor that had everyone talking. It's the kind of story we all want to believe, isn't it? After enduring a very public separation after 14 years of marriage, seeing Ruth find happiness again with a long-lost love feels like the happy ending she deserves. The rumor mill went into overdrive with a viral post featuring a huge image of Ruth standing next to a mystery man in a park. The caption was pure clickbait gold, the full story of heartbreak, closure, and a love that came full circle. It was enough to send fans into a frenzy. Even Ruth's own friends were picking up the phone, desperate to know if she'd been hiding a secret romance. But Ruth, never one to let nonsense slide, used her platform on ITV's Loose Women to set the record straight. Anchoring the show, she addressed the elephant in the room, or rather, the mystery man on the screen behind her, with bemusement. "Apparently I have a new man," she told the panel and the audience, probably with that knowing raise of the eyebrow we all recognize. According to this article, that's all over Facebook, and I've had friends ringing me up. Setting the record straight, here's where the story completely falls apart. The rumor claimed this new man was a childhood sweetheart she met growing up in Belfast. There's just one massive problem with that lovely little detail. Ruth didn't grow up in Belfast. "Apparently I met this man when we were childhood sweethearts when I grew up in Belfast, which I didn't," Ruth explained, dismantling the entire fairy tale in one sentence. "And now it's come full circle after all these years, and we are back together." Terrible, isn't it? It wasn't just a misunderstanding, it was a complete fabrication. Ruth confirmed that she remains very much single and that the photograph that had everyone convinced. It was artificially generated, a fake image for a fake story. The scary side of funny rumors. While the panel managed to have a laugh about it, because what else can you do when faced with such absurdity? It sparked a more serious conversation about the digital world we live in. Fellow panelist Jane Moore hit the nail on the head when she pointed out the darker side of these viral posts. "Do you know what? We are laughing, and that's jokey, but people believe that, right?" Jane said. "And you see those things all the time. That to me is scary. It is scary. We live in an age where AI can create convincing images of us with people we've never met, in places we've never been, living lives we aren't living." For Ruth, it meant having to publicly deny a relationship that never existed, just to stop the runaway train of gossip. Of course, it wouldn't be Loose Women without a little levity. Denise Welch, always ready with a cheeky comment, looked at the AI-generated boyfriend and joked, "Mind you, that guy on there, he was all right." Ruth, ever the good sport, smiled and agreed. "Well, yeah, he's not bad." The reality of moving on, the intense interest in Ruth's dating life isn't surprising. We've watched her for years, and her split from Eamonn Holmes in May 2024 sent shockwaves through their fanbase. They were one of TV's golden couples, married since 2010 and sharing their grown-up son Jack. When they announced they were parting ways to head in different directions, it was a sad end to a long chapter. They promised to remain friends, but as we all know, divorces are rarely simple. While Ruth has maintained a dignified silence about her private life, choosing to focus on her work and her family, Eamonn's post-split journey has been much more public. Shortly after moving out of the family home, Eamonn went public with his new relationship with Katie Alexander, a counselor and therapist 23 years his junior. They've been spotted on trips abroad and at various showbiz events, seemingly moving full steam ahead. Recently, however, Eamonn and Katie have faced their own set of rumors, with whispers that their romance was already under strain. Katie reportedly shut those down defiantly, telling friends, "It's the two of us, always and forever." Ruth standing strong. In contrast to Eamonn's whirlwind new romance, Ruth has taken a different path. She hasn't rushed into anything new, at least, not that she's shared with the world. And you know what? That is perfectly okay. More than okay, it's empowering. There is immense pressure on women, especially in the public eye, to win the breakup by finding someone new immediately. But Ruth is showing us that there's strength in taking your time, in being on your own, and in not letting fabricated stories dictate your narrative. She doesn't need a fake childhood sweetheart from Belfast to be happy. She has her career, her friends, her son, and her own resilience. So, the next time you see a headline that seems just a little too perfect, remember Ruth's AI boyfriend. Let's give her the space to move on at her own pace, without inventing fairy tales for her. She's doing just fine on her own. What do you think about the pressure on celebs to move on quickly after a split? Have you ever fallen for a fake news story online? Let us know in the comments below.